Hey guys, and welcome to pregnancy week 36. I am 36 and 2 days pregnant, which is crazy. I actually feel finally that I am actually really pregnant. Like before it's like, oh, I'm pregnant, but I still have so long. But now it's like, yeah, I'm really pregnant and it's really gonna happen sometime in the near future. So that's really exciting. You know, I have 36 weeks down and, 2 to 6 weeks left. So that's really exciting. Like 6 weeks left, I'm already done with 36 weeks. So if you look at it that way, I am so close to the end and I'm getting so excited. I had a doctor's appointment today and I was down 1 pound from last week, so that made me extremely happy. So right now at this point I'm up 26 pounds from my pre-pregnancy weight, so that made me feel really good because, as you know, last week I was really discouraged with how much I weighed. So I'm happy with my weight this week. I lost a pound, so that is fabulous. There's nothing to complain about there. But I did end up crying again at my doctor's appointment because when I went in, I found out that I was group B strep positive. So that really stinks. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's just a bacteria that, that everybody has. It's natural. I mean, it doesn't mean that you have poor hygiene or that you're some way ill or anything like that. It's completely normal, completely natural, and some people have it, some people don't. Some people have it one pregnancy and won't have it the next pregnancy. And like with Jaden, I was negative, but this pregnancy I'm positive. But if they were to go and check me 2 weeks from now, I may be negative again. It comes and goes. So that was the test that they did where they had to swab down there. So that really stinks. And I started crying because, as most of you know, or as all of you know, I'm going to be giving birth at a birthing center, and I just didn't want to have any type of interventions. I wanted everything to be completely natural. I didn't want to be poked, and now I have to have an IV of antibiotics. So that really stinks. I mean, yeah, they will just hook me up, give me the dose, cap it off, and then give me another dose 4 hours later. So it's not like I have to stay hooked up to it the whole time, but just the fact of they actually have to, poke me, and I gotta be hooked up to it for a little bit and then unhooked and then hooked back up. It's just something that I was really hoping to avoid. So I was just crushed, especially because I was negative with Jaden, and I'm like, gosh, why couldn't it have been the other way around? Because I had a hospital birth with him, and I already had an epidural, so I already had to have the IV and everything. So why couldn't I have just went ahead and been positive that time around, because I would have had an IV anyway? And this time around, why couldn't I have been negative, because I could have completely avoided the IV. But now I have to have one, so that really stinks. And I started crying again when the nurse told me that, and then she walked out and I was waiting for the midwife to come in. I started crying, and Thomas was telling me how ridiculous I was being again, and how I was just being a hormonal mess, which really stunk, but I'm kind of over it now. The midwife I had was one that I had not previously had, so it was really nice to meet her, and she was so nice. It was probably actually the first person from this practice that I actually felt like she was an actual midwife. She really spent a lot of time with me. It wasn't just like a 5-minute or 2-minute appointment like it usually is. It lasted a little bit longer. She really talked to me about the group B strep and what it means and everything, and just really kind of relaxed me because I was so worked up about it. And she suggested that I start taking a probiotic or eating yogurt daily, which I have been eating a lot of yogurt anyways. So she suggested that I eat yogurt daily so that I don't get a yeast infection from the antibiotics that I have to have during labor. So there's that, and she was just really nice, and she really took her time feeling around on my belly. Jaden, my camera's up here. feeling around on my belly, telling me what position she's in. She's head down. Her body's on my left side, so that's good. That's the side we want her on. And her head was very low. She said that she couldn't wiggle the head, so which means her head's really low. So that's a good sign as well. And then right after my appointment, we had the birth center orientation. So it's where I met with one of the nurses at the birth center, and we sat down at a table. Thomas was with me, and she explained everything. She explained all the procedures and all the paperwork and everything to us. We turned in all of our paperwork. And it was just a nice little meeting. She looked over our birth plan, and which I need to make a separate video about my birth plan. And she said everything looked good, and she just really emphasized and stressed that, you know, this is our birth, and we need to communicate with them to make sure that our wishes are kept and that everything goes exactly the way that we want it to. So that was really nice to hear, and the appointment just made us really excited for the birth. Yeah. So that was really fun. And other than that, as far as symptoms go, I have been having a little bit more pressure down below, and I've been having a lot of Braxton Hicks contractions all day, every day. But other than that, I feel really good. I don't have any swelling or anything. The midwife looked at my ankle. She's like, wow, you don't have any swelling or anything. So that's good. And I've also started taking raspberry leaf tea, or raspberry leaf supplements, actually. That one. Started taking raspberry leaf supplements this week, and I've started taking evening primrose oil. So the evening primrose oil is to help soften my cervix and get it ready for labor, and then the red raspberry leaf capsules are to tone my uterus and get it ready for labor. That way, for when I do go into labor, my contractions will be a little more efficient, and hopefully it will help with the progression of labor. So it's basically just getting my uterus ready for labor. So I'm taking those two things. I also have been emailing back and forth with my doula, keeping her in the loop since I am coming towards the end of the pregnancy. She also suggested that I take she said that I need to make sure that my protein intake is good, and she suggested that I take a calcium magnesium supplement and crud. I forget the other thing that she suggested, some kind of molasses she suggested I take to make sure my iron is nice and at a good level, to make sure my iron isn't low. I will put a list down below of all the things she suggested I start taking and the reasons why she suggested that I start taking them. So that's good. I need to start emailing with my birth photographer as well, since the end is coming closer. I don't expect to go into labor anytime soon. I really think that I'll at least make it to 39 weeks, but we'll see. But even, you know, 39 weeks is only 3 weeks away. So that's exciting. Also, we did a lot of preparation for baby this week when it came in regards to our bedroom. We moved the couch out. We bought 2 new dressers, and we bought a co-sleeper and all kinds of fun stuff. But this video is so long that I will make a separate video with all of our baby buys and show you guys what we've done to the bedroom to accommodate a new baby. So that look for that in part 2. Yep. Here I am at 36 weeks. I'm still measuring a week behind. So, but that may be just because she's so low. And as you can see, my belly button's starting to poke out.
Mommy, can I go get my balloon?
So.
Mommy. Mommy. Mommy.
Hang on. All right, that's it, and I'll see you guys next week.